Hi, now we are going to learn about how to write abstract for research article. So abstract will determine whether to read your full paper or not. Even editors, when you are submitting your article to the journal, as well as when the editor wants some 3-4 reviewers, and he will be sending the title as well as the abstract alone. So with that only the reviewer also will be able to accept whether that is relevant to their research work or not. So mostly your abstract will be read by the editors as well as the reviewers or some of the associate editors. So abstract will determine whether to read your full paper or not. The abstract should be 150 words to 250 words, and you have to keep short. There may be some articles, if you see the more number of abstracts will be there. Some people, what they will be thinking is like, if there is more number of words or sentences which there, you will be getting more number of keywords and your articles will be reach more. But the people should read, right? Abstract, it should be in a crispy way. It should not be like an more than 250 words or at 300 400 words. It should not be like that. And take more time to write the abstract. And one suggestion is, don't write the abstract in the starting. So after completing all your article, after the conclusion, you can go to write the abstract. And take more time to write the abstract. Add more keywords in abstract, like some of the techniques, some of the methods, some of the software what you are using, and conclusions. So all these important details as a part of keyword you have to put into the abstract, so that your article can reach in more of the search engines. And between 4 to 7 sentences, so 150 to 250 words or 4 to 7 sentences. And in abstract there will not be no table or figures or in-text citations. So there will be a graphical abstract that will not be added in the abstract. So it is a separate portion for graphical abstract will be there. So inside the abstract it will be only sentences, will not be having some figures or tables or in-text citations. And this is how the abstract will be in most of the journals. So here each sentences will be having various meanings. And one thing, there is a way, there is a not way, it's a rule that you have to write abstract using this method only. So that we will be learning in the future slides, and this depends upon the discipline, it varies. So this is, I think, from life science, a title, relationship between burnout and occupational stress among nurses in China. So here you can see it will be an aim, background of your study, and method how we are using, and results, finally the conclusions. And this is another article, the abstract, aim, methods, results and conclusions, objectives, methods, results, conclusions. So depends upon the disciplines, the abstract will be quite changed. And this is another article regarding teacher training, the purpose of the study, methodology, main findings, application of the study, novelty or originality of the study. So in the abstract, the first and second sentences must be what the study about. It will be a background of your research work. So what it is. So that will be the first and second sentences. The third sentences will be the objective. So that in many articles, if you see in the present study, so such sentences will be starting in the third sentences. That is the objective of your research work. And the fourth will be, we have to describe the research method. So you have been doing the qualitative or quantitative or numerical, analytical or experimental investigation, or some of the mathematical, using mathematical equations you will be solving and finding some solutions. So what methodology you have used for the research has to be described in the fourth sentences. So in the fifth sentences, using the objective and the methodology, what are the key findings? So what are the findings which you are adding in the fifth sentences, that must be included, that must be inside the it should be inside the article. The sentences which you are adding, or the results or some values which you are adding in the key findings, it must be there in the articles, other body of the article. and next sixth sentence will be the conclusions. So this is how the abstract will be. And if you read any abstract from the reputed journals, so in this format only the abstract will be. So when you know the first and second sentences, third sentences, so easily if you want to know about the conclusion of the abstract or the articles what they have done, just go to the last sentences as well as the previous sentences, and you will be knowing about what they have concluded inside the article. And the first and second sentences will be the background of the work or the basic what is the study about, such details will be there, and the objective. So even when other researchers when they wanted to go through your article, they don't go through your whole article, just they will be reading the abstract as well as the conclusion in the first. So you have to spend more time on writing the abstract for your research article, and this is one of my article published quite earlier. And the first and second sentences will be the background of the study, and the third sentence you can see the present work validates the performance. So these kind of sentences will be there, and the third and fourth sentences will be how this test has been conducted and what is the fabrication, the results, everything will be there. The finally and the conclusion you can see in the last sentences, the proposed semi-active damper can therefore be used effectively as a seismic resilient device in reducing the structural response in the regions of moderate to high seismicity. So such a way the abstract has to be written. Not only this article, if you not in I think if you go through some of the reputed journals, the abstract, if you see these kind of it will be in a formatted way, not in some sentences as our wish you should not write. So as we see here, the first and second sentences how it should be, and third, fourth, fifth and sixth sentences. So sometime some sentences may be increase. For example, the fifth sentences and sixth maybe there may be some more key findings may be there, so that they may take two more sentences. In that case it will be there, but the flow it should be in this order. So first the study about and the objective, and they describe the research method and the key findings and the conclusions. So then abstract for literature review. So the I think this is one of the literature review. I think the same slides we will be seeing earlier in the how to write the literature review article even, but here also I would like to inform you. So here the background of the study will be there in the first two three sentences, and the last few sentences we will be writing about what is the detailed literature review of describing what are all the headings you have put, and how you are doing the review work in a systematic or a critical review. So all these details will be adding, and from the critical review what your findings may be, that we have to add at the conclusion part. And the second abstract you can see here. So using the headings, they have been written the abstract. At the same time, all the details whatever they have been reviewed inside the articles, so that has been written in a crispy way in the abstract too. And in this you can see the comprehensive review of the present literature on so and so. So in the second sentences or the third sentences you can see the review start with an introduction of the basics of MR fluid and their different modes, and the consequences with different types of MR fluids based devices and their relevant applications. So the most of the headings, not only headings as well as the concepts, how the flow of articles has been written, similar to that these sentences has been written. So that is the way why I will be sharing to many researchers is that don't write the abstract in the starting. So write the abstract at last, and write abstract after conclusion and reference. So the abstract has to be like why, because when you are writing the whole article, many people they start with the title and abstract, and then they go to the body of the article. So such things should be avoided, and the flow sentences should be there when you are writing the abstract. So the first and second sentences, third and fourth, it should be have some connectivity when you are going when somebody is reading. And you can ask your supervisors or your other colleagues to review after writing the abstract. And when in the findings, when you are adding the findings in the abstract, only the major findings, there may be more findings may be there inside the articles, Not all the findings you should not be adding into the abstract. Some of the major findings alone has to be added. And what is the main objective and how you are solving using which methodology, that must be available in the abstract. Thank you.